Welcome to this week's episode 22. How is everyone? Oh my god, you fail! How's everyone?
I'm good and fat.
I'm doing good.
Doing
Chillin'.
great.
Chillin'.
I've been enjoying Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've also been enjoying Monster Hunter.
I just bought it today. I spent 3 hours trying to pick a weapon.
Oh my god, that seemed worse than the customization. But
That sounds fun.
I mean, the one that looked really cool was that split fiction that you were playing the other day.
oh yeah, no, that's a blast. I need to play it some more. But this is all about D&D.
Yeah.
This is true. Last week we didn't do a recap show, so I think tomorrow we'll be doing a double. I
See,
believe. If we are good, feeling good. I know that somebody was feeling sick. Actually, we both were feeling sick, to be honest. So, but I think we both are good. All right. So, who wants to do a recap? I'm on strike. And if you do a good job, you might get a treat.
I got banned from recaps.
I said if you do a good job.
I vote for Minerva because we don't hear her talk enough.
I don't remember what happened. I have to be
Damn it,
refreshed. I'm that
Nick.
person that always has to watch the recap at the beginning of the show to know what happened.
Recap is what I feel like.
Sorry.
Ari Crap sounds like a really good anime.
Oh my god.
What was it that we did? Shit, I don't know. I almost died this week. We did a job, right? Or was that the week prior? Just
that
me.
was last
prior.
week. That was
Week prior, but we went to dinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went
So
to
it was
dinner.
the
Went to
dinner
the
with
dinner.
the
We did
mom and her
shooping.
kids.
Take it away, Spousey.
Bro, somehow I don't even have notes for this because I think it was just like work up shit before we have to go to Able.
Yeah,
Yep.
So it really
I
wasn't that
remember us-
important.
Mhm.
I
There wasn't
remember
a
us doing
lot of it.
shopping. I remember I played rock, paper, scissors with the egg.
Oh,
Victor,
yeah.
Yeah, it was moving.
Victor meeting what is her
Silvara.
name? Silvara. I remember that.
He had a really good plan of being super stealthy and
yeah.
everything too that just backfired on him. But it was a glorious thought
Plan was
process.
fucking legit as shit.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, so then we got some attire for our future trip or our upcoming trip. We
We all did we did do odd jobs throughout the waiting
that's true.
period.
Yeah, we all kind of did our own thing to make money. Victor hoard out his magic skills. And which was awesome. I fucking love that. And we all picked up little jobs, made some extra money, which was really cool. And just basically waited for the days to go by, right?
For the most
Yeah.
part, after our time in the inn was up, we went camping out by the roads to try and get info.
Yeah, we're
True.
glamping. We're glamping right
Didn't-
now.
We're
Didn't-
100% glamping.
Didn't Voren have like a scene with somebody? Like a pretty good, like, lengthy one? Who was it?
It's Leslie. It's okay. I know you guys don't like her. It's fine.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we like her.
No, yeah. So Voren went to the temple with Celeste and
Yeah.
learned a bit more of Valentina and by a bit more, I mean like he still has no idea what the fuck to do with goddesses. But it was really cool to go to the temple and Celeste was there with him. And yeah. They went on a date to church.
Oh my god.
So it was a date. Oh
No. Don't
If not,
meddle
you
me,
missed it. It's
Spelsy.
a date. It's official.
No, you guys weren't even there.
The ship.
The ship is real.
But yeah, that was about it.
Yes, and then after, because you guys got a nice, bit of gold and all that stuff. So I believe you all went to sleep because it's going to be one more day. Yes, that's what it was. The last day before the next day, you guys can lead to Abel. So you guys wake up, and I know a couple of you wanted to do something one last time. I don't know who it was. Was it Magpie that you wanted to do?
Yep. I
Okay.
wanted to go see Gran before we left just to say goodbye.
Okay.
Cause
I mean, if you wanted to, you could do it like towards the end of the day because, so it's up to you. But anybody else want to do anything this last day? Going once, going twice. Okay. It is towards the evening. Magpie.
Magpie will make her way down to where she knows Granny lives.
All right. Yep.
And
You come, yeah, you can see the house and everything. The lights are on.
she'll then stop and knock on the door.
Door opens.
Hello, Granny.
As you come in, you see the little old, she a halfling? I think she's a halfling. She's a halfling right now. She's an identity crisis. Is basically knitting something. Oh dear, how are you?
Doing good? We should be heading out tomorrow.
That
Just
is
figured
good.
I'd come and check in and see you before we left.
I appreciate, but everything is going good. I heard there's some kind of mishap, but I think it's all taken care of. We do have some of our own enabled. They are trying to track down some of the people that have been missing.
I have my own worries and fears about that.
She nods.
But other than that, how have you been doing, Gran?
I've been good.
That's good. Thank you for wanting to check in on me. Well, the others told me that you asked about me, and I appreciated it.
Of course. You're technically one of us. She smiles.
I know. It's still kind of hard to get used to, but
Sometimes you have to break out of that shell.
slowly but surely I have.
That is good. He continues to knit.
If you happen to hear anything about the missing people, if you send word,
Of course.
I appreciate it. I'm holding out hope, but at the same time, well, if my theories are correct, I'm not sure if they'll be found alive.
Well, hopefully they are.
I'm still gonna try, regardless.
She nods again.
Anyways, I just wanted to come and say goodbye. in case we don't end up seeing each other again. He was hoping that's not the case, but
How about this? I'll see you later.
I like the sound of that. See you later, Kat. Keep yourself safe.
You too, Magpie.
I'm gonna try. And she'll kind of like bow her head before heading out the door.
Okay. You head back to your campsite. I always say for the last day inside this magical tent, it looks like you all are in a cabin. Very nice, comfy, beautiful fireplace. If you guys are cooking or food's about, it's up to you guys, but this is the last day that you guys are in Feilu. And tomorrow you will go up to, technically it is a temple, but the transporters. So if you guys want to take the scene, go ahead. If not, you can wake up the next day.
I think Victor, before heading out, I think he wants to write a letter to the Lords and Lady of Feilu.
Mhm.
I want him to essentially the gist of the matter is him complaining that there seems to be a thieves guild problem, and that they're claiming to some individual known as Silvara is claiming that the city belongs to her, and that she's assaulting individuals, and to keep an eye on these individuals. They might want to look into it. And he would just send it off to the Lord and the Lady of Phalu.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. You guys head to sleep, wake up the next day. The scene is yours.
Magpie's going to get ready and head out, most likely before anybody else you know, gets up and, starts to eat or anything like that. For anybody who is watching her, she is extremely tense.
So this is the day that we know the portals are open, or we have to check in on that?
Yes. No, they said that on the 11th day they will open.
All right. Brick would just be kind of gathering his things and getting ready to go.
Celestia's all ready.
Euphemia would eventually wake up and get her shit packed to go. Probably switching to her winter clothes.
Nix would get up and get in his fancy new winter attire and pretty much ready to go.
I think Victor would wake up with a smug expression on his face, feeling satisfied about his strongly worded letter to the nobility. And he would get dressed and put the past days behind him and seeking whatever is to come.
Minerva would just get up and get dressed in her winter clothes and whatnot.
Okay. So you guys head into town. Town is busy in the streets. You start to weave through the crowd and end up in front of the temple or the teleporter place. There's a long line for you guys have to wait. It's one of those finally, people can use it, but unfortunately it's only on this continent. I would say you are probably in line for almost an hour. And finally, you make it up to the desk. There's a woman there, looks up. All right, where are you heading?
We're going to
heading
Abel.
All right, that is 14 gold per person.
All right.
Euphemia
Victor,
hands over her.
we're 14 as well.
Perfect.
Maybe reluctantly add in hers.
Yep, as soon as you guys place it on, there's kind of like a bowl. As soon as it hits the bowl, it disappears. And in place of it, there is a ticket. All right, go ahead and step through that door. It'll be on the left-hand side. And keep your arms and legs all, all that shit. Have a good day. Next.
Okay.
Euphemia's gonna head towards where the lady instructed.
Are there symbols on the ground, like an arcane rune or something like that?
When you are walking, as you guys are basically in the group, so you guys are walking in, and you walk into another chamber room. It is huge. As you see, people are walking through different doors, and they're directing everything. And you do, even though the woman says on your left, there's like several doors on your left. But there are people standing, and there is a sign that says "able." So you walk your way towards that area, and through the door. From your glance, Victor, you do see symbols on the ground. In front of you guys, you see a person walking to there. All right, 1 second, 5, 4, 3, and then they disappear. Next.
So Vorn's gonna, when it's his turn, he's just gonna like let whoever is behind him go. um, and he'll probably do that a couple of times because he doesn't want to go through the portal.
Then
perfectly
Euphemia
fine.
will go through first because she's had the most experience with
Yeah.
teleporters.
Yep. As I mean, you're familiar. This is definitely brand new. Everything looks brand new. And as you walk into the chamber itself is a circle, and you're like in a dome. The dome is probably about 50 feet, tall, and it's about, I would say, 30 feet round. On the disc itself, you can fit up to 10 people. But it's a nice, it's a comfortable size. As you go on there, the person just basically tells you to hold still. 5, 4, 3, and then you all see Euphemia disappear. Next.
I think Victor would turn to Vorin with a serious face. There's only a very small probability of death. I'm sure you'll be just fine, Vorin. And Victor will step up on the thing and get ready to go.
Does he have a smirk on his face?
He's gonna try to hide it. He'll try to hide it.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Where's performance? Not very good.
Okay. It's up to you, Voren, if how much you are paying attention, especially when he just said that. Because at the same time, he's stepping up and he's turning around.
I was going to roll against it, but I was gonna roll like with disadvantage because he's nervous. But I will say a 10 would beat it, I think. Voren doesn't know if he was messing around.
Well, give me a perception check and we'll see.
All right.
And it will be disadvantage because you said that you're nervous, so we're going to do that.
Oh, nice. You see a smirk, like a slight smirk out of his face.
He was joking, right? He's joking? He's joking, right?
If it wasn't safe, I'm pretty sure people would not be using it.
Yeah, but they're magical. What if it's different for them? And
Just go. And as Leslie kind of pushes you in.
yeah, no.
Just go. You're
So
fine.
I go through it.
The person that goes, okay, hold still. 5, 4, gone. Next.
Minerva would just step up.
Yes, you hear 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You actually hear all the numbers because they look at like when you walk in and you stand on it and then they kind of just like give you a nod because they can kind of see that you are something like of the cloth, like who who worships not necessarily this temple, but they just kind of give you a nod and count down, and it's like the most comfortable thing in the whole wide world for you. It's a little different, but they give it to you, and then they go next.
Okay.
So Celeste will walk through, and then Nixon Magpie.
Magpie is delaying as long as she can. She will go last.
All right, Nix, you head to the center of this, and the countdown, and you just hear 2, and he disappears, and then the woman turns to you. Next. Come on, love. We don't have all day.
I know. She'll walk to the center of the thing. Just do it. You don't have
5,
to count down.
done. It was done. Can't even finish.
I just imagine how Voren looks when he comes through. He's just like this stiff cat, like hunched up, like I hate this.
Yes, as you guys kind of like one by one coming through, it's the chamber itself looks similar, and Euphemia is used to them kind of rushing you. All right, come on. So you're rushed, and then one by one, you guys are rushed through. I would say, Victor, you probably had taken a couple portals, so you understand 100%. Get out of the way, kind of thing. And when Voren comes through, Voren, how describe?
I think Brick, like as soon he'd probably turn into a brick. He would just be there like, what the fuck just happened? And I think he would check to see like his tail is still on, and just I don't know, look around. Like all of a sudden he's somewhere else.
Euphemia would just be like, Voren, come on, you gotta get off the platform.
Oh,
We
right.
got a scared one here.
No, I'm not scared. And he moves.
All right.
That was embarrassing.
What? You're not supposed to stand there. Go. Then the rest of your companions go through, and Celisty's trying not to giggle as she passes you. Sorry, we had to go. Sorry.
No, it's fine. We'll discuss it later.
All right. You guys walk through the hallways as they are pointing out. It's a little bit similar, but this place is almost smaller. Not as grand as the one in Feilu. You see before you some double doors. And as you walk through, you see a town, small town. It almost feels a little dreary. It's dark here. The clouds looks like they're ready to burst with rain. The sun barely shines through. But where you are all at, you see the ocean. And in the middle of a town, you see a beautiful golden tree. It almost seems like it lights itself like a beacon. You can tell that the streets probably once had cobblestones, but it's quite muddy. Welcome to Abel.
Immediately after coming off of the whatchamacallit, the portal, Magpie's going to draw her hood up over her head.
Okay.
Are we kind of like, where's our position? Are we seeing this view right here, like, as we come out? Essentially,
A little bit. I mean, this is if you're looking at it, it is like the ocean water. So I would say it's more towards the right side because it's more. It is a bit flat, but for this temple, you can actually see down into like the city or the small town. Actually, sorry.
and we see like that there's snow out there, so I think it's pretty cold.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the snow. Yeah, so you can see the mountain range. Trees are surrounding it. So up in the mountains, like the mountains are a ways, but you definitely see the snow. It is colder over here because for some odd reason, Feilu versus Abel, two different cities, two different places. This side is cold, and it's like almost like you can see just a little bit of trace of your breath. Well, for you can see others' breath, not you. You could force it, you
Yeah,
know.
I'll force it to
Probably,
blend in, sure.
yeah, you can force it like how you were probably like a little kid going like, "Oh, this is kind of neat. How come I never did this before?" But yeah.
Well, this is a very pleasant place. It almost reminds me of Holmes, if Holmes not as cold
Or dirty.
or dirty.
Muddy.
Yes, muddy.
Is
It-
it pretty
nice.
cold? Where Euphemia's from? At least on her part, which is more inland.
It's not as cold. You would get like if the wind is right, you will get like the ocean breeze. Because yeah, I'm thinking in terms because I know how some of this is. Like, for is it Dark Harbor
Yeah.
or Victor? Okay. I mean, you're used to it. You're used to the cold,
The overcast
and
and
the
all that.
overcast and stuff. And yeah, this kind of reminds you of home because there is, like, you can almost see the fog coming through the trees or coming like from the mountains. So you definitely know it's going to be cold. You guys have left, I would say left Feilu probably around 9 or 10, and it's already like Like 1 or 2. I'm gonna say 2. I'm gonna say it's a 3-hour difference. Haha, welcome to East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast is
Yeah.
the best coast.
Honey, I'm on the west side. That's right. Oh, sorry. But yes. California. Sorry. Anyways. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I suppose we should probably find perhaps a tavern or something to at least sit down and discuss where we go from here.
Well, we could probably just leave now and go short gesture to the mountainside, onward.
Is there a clear path where we need to go? We need to go to a temple up on the mountain, don't we?
Uh, no idea. I'm guessing it's not visible for us from where we are.
No. Celeste will pop out. Oh, sorry. Let's see. She kind of like opens up her map and she kind of starts to look and all right, so if we leave out of here, that means we need to go down south. It's probably going to take us like a 2-week walk, maybe 3. Really depends. So it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get there.
Okay.
All right.
So if we want to find a place here for tonight, or we can head out and I can set up a tent for us. We could definitely do that way.
Well, I mean,
But
it's the
probably need to move, and because you guys are kind of still in the temple area, and people are still like walking past you, and kind of we might want to kind of move a little bit.
Let's go to a tavern and figure out where we want to go. We'll find someplace private and then we'll decide. Let's get down to the
Yeah.
temple.
yes, I agree. We could probably ask what the best path is, or
We can ask for
Well-
directions. And looks like I don't know, the rain could come down at any moment.
I do want to keep in mind now that we're in kind of a different time area now. It's going to get darker quickly.
oh, right.
You're right. I guess we could ask around the locals, see how much daylight we have left.
Plus we will pull out something. Oh yes, it's gonna be a big storm coming in. And she tucks whatever back into her pouch.
We might want to at least stay in the tavern for the night if it's going to be raining. We'll find an inn.
Yes, it's probably the best bet. Or we make a few hour trek outside the town here. But it's probably best to try to chart our path. Maybe we need to find like a map or something exactly where we're going. We have an idea.
I think if I'm able to just gesture to Celeste.
I'm sure we
Yeah,
could find someone who has a map around here.
she kind of looks around. Am I invisible? I know I'm still
No.
upset with him.
No, I was about to say no, and you just built out of maps. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know you knew exactly how to get there. Apologies.
Yes, she kind of like points. Able. Pathway. Here. Well, the mountain. Yeah.
I think you probably described jackals.
Well, then I guess the decision making is mostly up to you. You know where we're going, and you'll know how long it's going to take us to get to various places. So I leave it in your hands.
True. I mean, but we need to. We all need to decide if we're staying here tonight or finding a place further out of here.
I mean, it's still pretty early. There's no reason we need to burn time.
I suppose we could get a start on the journey today, unless there's any reason we want to stay in the town here. We'd have to probably, I mean, depending on the weather. You said there's a storm coming. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know how far we can actually make it before the storm hits, and I'm not sure if it's going to be rain or snow. Then that could complicate the issue gravely. Because if it's rain, we're going to have to stop. Otherwise, we'll probably freeze to death out here. If it's snow, depends on how fierce the snow is. It could snow in various trails and paths, and could delay our journey even more.
What if we bought a cart and a horse?
That's also a good option.
Yeah, that might not
We
be a
can-
bad idea.
Because we're gonna have to come back this way anyway, right? So we can always sell it back. Actually, to be honest, I guess we would need to figure out what we do afterwards, but that's here or there.
Would we be able to rent one instead of purchasing it?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we have to ask. I don't know. I'm not from here.
Yeah, I guess we can just
I
figure out the
agree.
difference in cost.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, if no, that would probably be mean to the animal. If we needed to hide it, just shrink it down for a minute.
Well, that's the thing we should also consider as well. If we bring a cart and a horse, it may speed up our travel. But we did remember what the old tales, from what we heard, were that there are werewolves in the area.
Right.
It could,
Mhm.
it's going to be very difficult to hide a horse out here. Oh, that reminds me. Do we have anything in particular that we can use to face werewolves with? Victor's gonna try to think, and he'll look at Euphemia at the same time. Do we need silver for werewolves? I'm not entirely sure. Do we need that or magical weapons to fight them?
I believe silver would be fine. And she's gonna fact check herself real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been a hot minute since she's had to deal with werewolves, so
Yeah, Victor will.
so she
I'll
pulls out
help
her
her.
big old book and starts flipping through.
Give her the help action for advantage on whatever roll.
Yeah, go ahead and give me it'd be history, but he is helping.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting cold out here, but what you can kind of like thumbing through, because you guys are still kind of walking and talking. As silver is definitely one of the key things that can harm them. Not necessarily put them to death just yet, but can definitely sting them because it is like poison. And so you might want something.
It'd probably be a good idea if we could get something to combat werewolves. Silver would help, but it's not fully going to kill them. And she says that she's like putting her book away and she's trying to warm her hands back up,
Mhm.
even if she is wearing gloves.
Yeah, Victor would speak up. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to at least figure out something that we could potentially use. Knowing, well, kin similar to myself, regular weapons don't usually have such a great effect on us as they would um, other individuals. So similar things might be with a werewolf, I would assume. So we need to prepare for that. Should we head out into the wilderness? I think this. I think probably we should just spend the night. We'll need to figure all this out before we leave. It'd be foolish to head out right away without being adequately prepared.
I agree. Anyone else?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well,
Fine.
first things first. Perhaps a tavern, and then we'll perhaps talk with some of the locals, see if there's any rumors or anything about, to see if there's anything about werewolf attacks or anything of that nature. Maybe we'll find out if there's any dangers along the road. I'm sure there are, but maybe there's some more interesting stories out there. I think Victor will start looking for signs of a potential location of a tavern. And if he doesn't see anything, he'd look for the nearest person, I think.
Okay.
Would I
Uh,
have remembered any sort of taverns from when I lived here?
oh yeah, you would. You would
I
remember. Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, you would remember when um, close to the central town.
If you're looking for a tavern, there's one, and she'll point in that direction. There's one that way.
Oh, all right. Well, would you like to lead the way? Does Victor pick up anything from um, Magpie's body language that suggests that she might be uncomfortable here?
She is dense. And she's acting more like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, if that makes sense. I don't know if
Mhm.
anybody's ever heard that expression before.
I think Victor would say, "Are you all right with being here? I'm not completely sure of the history that you have with this place, but it's obvious that something is bothering you.
Not very fond of the place, but it's fine.
Any particular reasons why that's we should be aware of before venturing further into the town?"
This is where I grew up. For the first 7 years of my life, at least. It wasn't a very kind or happy place for me.
All right. There's no one looking for you in particular, or any sort of things that we should be aware of before we continue?
I was 7 when I ran away.
All right. So we don't really have to think about that then. All right.
No. But
You
unless
guys.
things have drastically changed, ends this way.
All right. So you'll follow Magpie. Um, as you get to closer to the tree, um, you notice a woman trying to get people's attention. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Uh, mm, Magpie will stop.
Um, I'm looking for my daughter. She is about yay high. She kind of like it's almost like 5'2". She has brown hair, green eyes, She always has a flower in her hair. She went missing uh, just a few nights ago. And then she kind of looks. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I recognize any of you. Um, sorry, sorry. And then she will kind of proceed again.
If we see her, we'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. And she will actually hand you like a flyer of a drawing of her.
Magpie will take the flyer, look at it like she's committing it to memory.
She looks in drawing that she looks like about 15, 16 years old.
This might be an odd question. Did she like disappear in the middle of the night? Carriage marks?
Yes,
There's been a few others like that.
I've heard.
We'll keep an eye out.
Thank you. Her name is Isabella.
Miss Bella. Got it.
All of you pass, and before you, Magpie, you see the sign that probably made you kind of laugh back in the day. The broken barrel. And it's a legit broken barrel.
This must be the tavern. It's a very curious sign that they have there. I like it.
Oh, can't remember why I thought it was so funny. Thought it was funny though.
If the barrel's broken, that means there's no alcohol in it, and that's a bad thing.
It's just a name.
Well, I suppose we'll find out.
Or it's more like a goal, right? They want you to drink until the barrel is broken.
Oh, don't you think
Might
it's
be.
such a shame that people are gone missing and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it?
No, yeah, I agree.
I didn't want to say anything earlier because who knows when, if they're going to find those individuals.
You guys head towards in.
Mhm.
Okay. Head in, and it's a double door, so enough people can go through. It's somewhat crowded. As you kind of scan, Magpie, you remember that there was like an upstairs, and sometimes people don't really go up there because, well, the bar people won't serve up there. They're too lazy to go upstairs. So you would know it's a little bit private.
We could go upstairs if you want to talk, though. Grab what you want down here, because they're not going to bring it up.
So this is a tavern inn type of place?
I wonder how much they're charging for room and board.
Could always ask. I
Broken
haven't.
barrel.
Probably not any more than the Silver Stag. He looks around kind of like judging the place.
Silver Stag's pretty much top of the line, top shelf type inn. I'm sure this one won't fetch as much as the price. If it is, then we're getting ripped off. I guess
Do,
I'll
do we see anyone
check
around?
on the pricing.
Okay. You can walk up. There is a barkeep. There's like a couple people working behind. I'm serving drinks and some food, taking orders. As you kind of wait a moment, what can I do for you, love?
Well, good day. Looking for pricing information on room and board for the night. Also, a couple of questions if you have the time.
I guess I can have some time right now. Room board, 2 golds per night. If you want food with that, that would be another 4 gold.
Oof, it's too expensive, don't you think? One night. We do have quite the troop here. Surely you can make some sort of deal.
What, are you going to share a room?
Sure. Or how big are the rooms? Would they be able to hold 7 people?
Not really.
Not really. All right. How many rooms do you have available?
Hey, Scully, how many? Well, as soon as we kick out this one, be 3 rooms.
3
3 rooms.
All right, so that'd be 6 gold total for the night. I think we could. How about 5 gold? Since
Give her
we're
persuasion.
all right.
I was gonna say, can I help? But I guess he doesn't need it.
Just give me the 5 bloody coins then.
All right, 5 gold dues.
And
We'll
I'll
take
only
them.
answer one question. Then, as soon as you gave her the coins, she hands you the keys. One question.
One question: what is the current weather pattern been for the past week? We have yet a lot of snow?
Not yet. I think snow would be about another week or so. Right now, it's currently just been raining.
All right, appreciate the information. Victor will take the keys and I guess he would distribute them out. We're going to have to bunk up. We have 3 rooms for the night.
Alright.
All right, shall we go to the top area to discuss?
Brick is gonna kind of walk up to Victor and he's going to be he's just going to be like, my lord, is there not someone that perhaps we can talk to of importance in the town? I'm sure they would want your presence to be known, my lord.
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure they would, but however, you're going to have to ask the innkeeper here to that question because apparently nobility is not allowed an additional question.
Oh,
They probably might not care.
you didn't introduce yourself as Lord Victor, my lord.
That's your responsibility. Brick, announce me.
You're right. Pardon me, Lord
Hey.
Victor Not.
Euphemia is just like very confused on what the fuck is going on.
Celeste's also kind of confused, and she's like, I didn't
Is there,
feel.
You
is
see-
that plan or something we didn't know about?
No, see, we might, if talking to all these peasants, we're probably not going to learn a whole lot. We want to talk to the people higher up if they have any answers.
Yeah, but that also kind of is a target, and we might get robbed.
I'd
They
like
could
to see them
try.
try.
Okay.
Is there any change in expression on the person at the desk face once they mention that they're in presence of a lord?
No, I mean, right now they're working at a bar.
You see, Voran. People don't give a shit about nobility anymore. It's horrible. Bunch of heathens.
I mean, they don't really look like they give a shit about anything in this place.
Magpie, you know that they don't give a shit. That there's no nobles that come here. There might been a mayor that you kind of remember, but maybe not anymore.
You don't get it. This is basically a backwater town. Nobody gives two shits. Nobody important ever comes here.
There has to be some
It's
sort of
dreary. It's miserable.
there has to be some sort of governorship of some sort of someone to keep the peace.
I
And
haven't a clue who it would have been. There may have been a mayor when I was back living here before, but people just do their own thing.
it's not a very
It's
good sign, because if you don't have people keeping the peace through the town guard or anything, that means you have some sort of criminal organization running the town. And they keep the peace through their sort of
no.
violence. What?
Are you still talking down below?
Probably
No,
walking
I think you
up.
probably walked up to the top.
Okay.
What part of backwater do you not understand?
What part of governorship of a town of decent size don't you understand, Magpie? There has to be law and order in some sort of way. Otherwise, there'll be chaos everywhere.
Even if they're not good at it.
Even the
People
backwater towns
just
have some sort of law.
yeah, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that there's an overarching governmental body.
Typically, yes.
This
In every single town there should be. If not, then it's probably ran by a criminal underbelly. Most likely. Especially a town of this size, it's fairly decent.
is a fairly decent size, but people don't really do much of anything. It's boring. Nothing happens.
You left here when you
So
were
you guys
This is a
take
7.
your
place
seat.
where
How
people.
much can you know?
In the 7 years that I was here, nothing really ever happened.
Yes, but just
I mean,
because
they had us kids at the orphanage doing most of the grunt work because people couldn't get people in to hire. That's most of the reason why anybody got adopted to do work.
there has to be someone of importance around here, or
Okay,
someone of
yes.
authority. But I don't know. Who knows? Honestly, I've been wrong about a lot of things. The world's not like I thought it would be. Well, if there's no one of importance, then I say we just, I don't know, head out in the morning.
Are
And
the rooms like together, or like separate? They didn't say what
she gave me
rooms we got.
3 keys, 3 different keys. I'm not sure.
What numbers do we see on them?
Do you see 6 rooms, and you guys have 1, 2, and 5.
All right, we can share a room, my lord. And he says, kind of teasing.
Sounds good. I would suggest everyone lock the doors, because who the hell knows what's going on here. Do we see any town guards or anything when we came through? Like, walked around?
Not that you can remember or recall.
Did we see, like, any official people running the portal?
I was gonna
I mean,
ask that.
there were people that were working at the temple.
Well, I don't know what to do, honestly. I guess we need to have a conversation about what we're going to do in the morning.
Yes, I'm going to go put some of my belongings down. But should we meet up in the first room, I guess, in a couple of minutes?
Sounds good.
Okay. Whose bunking with who?
I'll take 5 to be furthest away.
That'll be Victor and Voren.
All right, so the 2 Vs are in room 5. And there is room, did I say 1 and 2?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 5, yeah.
I'll look over to Celeste. So you want to room with me in number 2?
Sounds good.
I can go to room 1.
All right.
I can find a place. There's a few places I can stay.
You don't want to
Mm,
room with me?
She'll point at Nyx. I don't know how many beds there are.
He can make himself go smaller.
I
Yeah,
don't
like
need
he
a
takes up
bed.
any room.
Nix can come with us. Boys' night out in room 5.
Yes.
I mean, I could sleep on the table, the nightstand, whatever, in the guys' room.
Come on, Nix, I got a good cushion for you.
Yeah, you figure, guys in one room and then the ladies split the other rooms.
Yes, makes the most sense to me. Plus, Magpie, you probably want to stay in a room, honestly. We don't want anyone to get lost out here. Captured or whatever.
I think you're seriously overestimating this town.
And Magpie, just you see Celeste kind of look at you. Just take a room.
Please.
I'm not arguing about taking a room. I think you're seriously overestimating how.
It doesn't
important-
matter if we're overestimating or what. We're just taking the precautions. People's been taken in other places.
Indeed.
What happens if it's you?
I'm still convinced it's those people who are sacrificing to whatever it was in the dream.
Again, I don't want to take that precaution.
Yes, it's
I
either
don't want to
underestimating or assuming. And we need to take precautions.
Very well.
And I'll start walking towards my room.
Does Celeste have the key for room 2?
Yeah, I suppose we would have
Yeah,
handed
she'll
them
have.
out. Did we prepay or are we paying after? I'm not sure what happened there.
You already paid.
I've already paid.
Okay.
So, as you walk into the room, there is 2 beds, a very small table, couple chairs, and a very dinky rug. You walk, and you swear the floors are just doesn't matter. They're just squeaking. The window is very small, and you just feel a draft. So this room, it's gonna be a little cold.
Oh God, I don't want to ask this. Is it a mess?
Oh, you are. At this point, you're like Spider-Man, and
Oh,
everything's going
God.
off.
So like I'm imagining like baseboards are crooked or broken and
Yeah.
like oh no.
We got ripped off for these rooms. $2 gold apiece for these rooms.
I mean, we didn't really have a choice. I guess if this is
We
it,
don't have a choice. At least I got it for 5 instead of 6.
we should have stayed in one of Celeste's tents.
Well, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll get the hell out of here.
I always say, you know, it's almost like similar to the rest of you guys. The bedding looks disgusting, like it has been washed. Especially
come
looks to
on.
Euphemia. Welcome to the the dumps. Leslie looks to Euphemia. I am going to be using a scroll. I don't care. No. Nope.
I'm probably going to use my sleeping bag, to be honest, and just put it out here on the floor.
I'm not going to sleep.
Nix looked at the bed.
This is better than most of the dive bars I stay at.
Of course.
Next to you, like sit on the bed.
Oh, 100% Nix would sit on
Oh
it.
God.
Oh no, he's going to get fleas.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Wait, Nix.
Okay. As you sit, because you're your frame, you know your frame. You just kind of sit and you just all of you hear like almost like a grinding sound and then a boing as Nix, you literally just move out of the way and one of the springs come out of the mattress.
Still nicer than most of the dive bars I stay
What
at.
are you talking about, Nix? That they could have murdered you.
Or
You
simply
didn't even
fly.
check for bed bugs.
Oh, goodness.
Am I supposed to check for bed bugs in trees?
I
And
don't.
bushes and shrubs?
That's a good
Sleep in
point.
those too.
I think I'm. I have to. I have to go. he just steps out of the room.
Yeah, Minerva, when you walk with Magpie, it's just kind of like, yeah.
She just like kind of stops and looks around. You know, I think I've slept in dirt cleaner than this. She just kind of shudders.
Do you walk out, Warren?
Yeah, he's in the hallway. What I imagine is pacing with anxiety right now.
At the same time, Celeste opens the door. I am not sleeping in here. I am going to open a fucking scroll.
Good. I'll sleep with you.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use your tents.
Euphemia just looks over. Oh,
She's like, fine. That's fine. This is disgusting.
Minerva just pokes her head out. Hey guys, are yours as bad as?
It's
She just like,
horrible.
points into the room.
You just hear Victor like gagging in the next room.
Victor, I think we're leaving.
Are we really going to go? Can I at least get my money back?
We could try.
Probably not. No, we could. How about this? We'll just use this room, and I'll just pop a scroll in here. It's fine.
Oh,
All right.
do you know what? That's
so
a
it'd be
good
like
idea.
security on top of security. If that makes sense.
Yes, right.
Mhm.
I don't. Do these doors even work?
I don't know, but there's a couple of chairs.
Yes. Make sure you get your stuff inside the scroll. That's actually a better idea. I was actually going to use my little bird cage to set up an alarm because I don't trust anyone in this town.
All right. So, are we going to do anything, or are we just going to go ahead and just pop in the tent? Hey, at least we pop in the tent. We can have our own conversations because I swear I hear somebody snoring.
Yes, please. Can
Yeah,
we
just
just
do
go
that.
in the tent, please?
Yeah, she's
So
going to
is
pop
everyone,
open.
like, coming in the
Like,
room too.
Yep.
In room 2.
She's going to. Yeah, she's going to just pop over the tent. Hold on. She peeks in. Oh, thank God. Much better. All right, Pop, get in there. As she is going to stay out, and she's going to actually close the door. The lock doesn't work, but she's
We
going to
got
prop
these.
yes. So she's going to prop a chair, and she's actually, and then you're going to set an alarm, right?
Yeah, I'll set an alarm around the door.
Okay, so she's like putting every furniture in front of the door. And then she pulls out almost like a very thin, long, almost like a wand. And she places it in front of the door and she clicks it. And then it just kind of almost looks like, yeah, it's floating there. All right.
A movable rod? Where did you get that?
I've always had it.
Oh, I love those things. I had one
Yes.
when I was back home. It's a menace and it's a wonder at the same time.
Yes, it's very helpful. Sometimes if people can't, get up on certain things, you just kind of click on it, just kind of climb. It's really nice.
Can I have it?
No,
Worth asking, I suppose.
this is going to help us if somebody comes through the door.
You would see Vorn kind of, like rubbing his arms, like when people have like anxiety.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh my god.
As you guys go into the tent, it is a nice, calming area. It's you're almost like on the side of a cliff, but it's plenty of room. Don't worry. And you see this beautiful waterfall, and you see what looks like how do I say, like almost like a resort. Near the waterfall, you see a beautiful kind of like bath, like with multiple waterfalls and steam coming out.
Cool.
Alongside the wall or the mountain, there are doors, which if you open up, it's like a nice, comfortable, like bedrooms, almost kind of like if you just walked into like a Dwarven hall kind of thing. It's nice and snug. The beds look big and comfortable. Definitely 10 times better than what's out there.
Brick is going to leave a trail of his clothes as he's stripping down to his underwear to jump in the water.
I think
So are we
Femi
at
would just
the-
be kind of kicking his clothes over in a pile nearby to get out of the way.
Are we at the top of the cliff, or is there just a cliff next to us?
It's like you're on the cliff. So if you were to go and look down, you just see just a bunch of clouds.
Nyx is going to jump over the cliff and then fly back up.
As you jump the cliff, you start to go down, and then something kind of stops you. Because, technically it's an illusion in here. But you do go back up. So you will go inside. All right. It's secured. If somebody breaks in, they're just going to see a tent. And they can't come in, so it's fine.
Is what
Who's
time
close?
Is it?
I would say it's about probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon now.
Thank you, Femi. I was gonna be like, I think I'm going to make us a late lunch, and she's gonna go find the kitchen.
Easy to find.
Yep.
All right, and while we do that, I'm going to sit at the table and think about our next moves here. And also, I'm curious, how did such a shitty town get built around such a beautiful tree? Makes you wonder.
It's a divine tree. So,
Maybe the town wasn't always shitty.
probably not, but for as long as I can remember, it has been.
Just see Brick just splashing water everywhere on himself. It's just like finally looking a bit relaxed.
You okay?
I felt it all over me. I don't know what it was. I've had nightmares more pleasant than what I saw in that room.
As Voren is over here contemplating life choices about the bedroom, Nix would have stripped down to his skivvies, had his clothes in a pile, not strewn all over, but just piled up, flown up into the air and cannonballed into the water right next to Voren.
I knew it. And I like to imagine that his cannonball is like unreasonably bigger than what he is. Like the splash doesn't make sense.
Well, no. So what he would do is right before he hits the water, he would enlarge himself. As soon as he goes underwater, shrink himself back to normal, and then come up. Just to make it stupidly big.
So Vorin would just be like splashed full of the water. God.
It's like a wave. Mm-hmm.
Good thing I'm not freaking out anymore. Water's great, by the way. You should all wash off whatever that was.
I have been in many places. I've seen many different rooms. But this one is a top no.
Yeah, like I said when I saw our room, I've slept on ground, like dirt, that was cleaner than that. That was just foul.
I mean, that was nicer than quite a few of the places I've slept.
I have
Did you even
slept
see
in
the
worse
room?
places.
Well, you're both braver than I am. Also, is Celeste anywhere near?
No. She's like, I always say you keep seeing her snapping her fingers around her.
What are you doing?
I am making myself 10 times cleaner.
I see. Must be
Yes.
nice.
I mean, you've already ran in, and apparently, well, there you are.
Just gonna like lay his head back on a rock or something.
All right, so we need to figure out, are we leaving? Definitely want to leave it in the morning. Are we leaving in the morning? What are we doing?
I don't see much point in staying. There's nothing here.
First light.
Sounds
Looks
good
for
to me.
remember, we haven't gotten anything to help with werewolves. I'm not sure if we'll find anything here, anyways. So whatever we have is probably what we're going to have to deal with.
Euphemia is not even a part of this conversation. She is cooking in the kitchen.
Have you asked your
Mhm.
book?
I mean, we could always see if a blacksmith around has anything. We also still need to decide if we want to do the whole horse thing.
I gotta be honest, I don't think they're going to have carts here.
Well, the way I think about it this way, say we do get a cart, and we get a horse, and then, a day later it gets eaten by a damn werewolf, then we spent all that gold for, what, an extra day off the journey? And then we have a cart sitting in the middle of the road,
Mhm.
and then we have to pay whatever for the horse for not being able to turn it back in. Probably best going on foot anyways. Plus, the innkeeper said we have rain. We don't know how washed out some of these paths may be. I'm not even familiar with this country. And potentially snow coming in, a couple of weeks or so, which would render the cart useless. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. Brick is getting out of the water. And he looks, I guess, not annoyed, but not happy with the points that Victor's making.
Well, as for the horse's safety, if we purchase the horse, then we don't have to worry about paying anybody back for it if something happens. But at night when we go to sleep, we could do like we did with the horses we borrowed for the wood chopping and just have them in the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's true.
For 6 people, we're going to need more than one horse.
I think it's going to have to be one horse and a cart. So will one horse be able to carry 7 people
I don't think a horse is
pulling a cart?
Yeah, I don't think
Probably
one
need
horse.
at least 2 horses, like a fairly big cart to carry all of us
Indeed.
and their belonging. And then we're going to have to worry about feeding the horses.
Yeah, I think food and upkeep would be the most expensive part of it. But you also forget, I can shrink myself down. I take up no space.
I mean, I suppose if we could find one cheap enough, sure. But if it's too expensive, then I would say let's just pass on it. We could look for one in the morning, see what kind of deals they have, perhaps.
Oh yes, I'm not saying going out looking tonight. We'd have to move all the stuff.
Mhm. All right, how about this? In the morning, we'll look to see if there's a cart area, and we'll decide based off the price there. I think if it's too expensive, no. If they're going to say like 50 gold, 100 gold, they can kiss my ass. Honestly, we'll just walk it.
But it also wouldn't be a bad idea to also try and find a blacksmith to figure out potentially about upgrading weapons to help us better fight if we do run into any werewolves.
Could be a potential good idea, at least. At least we can hear to see if there's any sort of attacks in the area.
Moon goddess, and he points at Minerva. That can she do anything to help, or is there something you can do to help
With what specifically?
with werewolves? Are they tied to the moon?
They are. I don't remember all the details of the story. It was a long time ago, but there was a story that someone close to me told me about the first werewolf, and it did have something to do with the moon goddesses.
Minerva, give me a history check. Okay. As you try to remember, it was a nice night, a good story. You remember a part when the first werewolf was created. It was because of a curse. The night sky, dozens or billions of stars rained down like they were crying. Then you remembered the reason why. Your goddess was murdered. In her mortal form. So when the night sky began to cry, the lichen picked up what fell from the sky. It was the purest silver. And during this time, they made weapons to kill or to counter. That's what you remember of the story.
Okay, DM, so she would remember that, like, this silver came from the stars, like, essentially crying?
Mhm.
Okay.
So I remember it had to do with my goddess being killed in her mortal form. And from the sky fell a silver that was used to create weapons to fight against the werewolves. I just don't know. Would any of that silver still be around somewhere, maybe?
Maybe it's just a metaphor or a story of any kind of silver.
Maybe. I think it has to be. Well, I mean, I could be wrong. I've never hunted werewolves before, but would it not need to be, like, pure?
Probably,
Do
yeah.
I need to
Silver
make
does.
a history check again?
What kind of history check you want to make?
The type of silver that's used since for the monster hunters, what we use for it.
For the monster hunters, they use just basic silver. To hear this kind, or if there was anything else or different, you can roll history.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her roll. Because that's when she would probably come out with some sandwiches for everybody.
Mhm.
And they're croque monsieurs, so grilled cheese sandwiches. Very fancy grilled cheese sandwiches. Not very fancy, but fancier than the normal grilled cheese. Oh. And then a strong tog. Fucking Steam. Fuck off, Steam. Popping up in front of my window.
Okay. So for the silver that you are typical, it's a typical kind of silver, the ones that forge for the mines and stuff. But you do remember hearing your parents talk about a special type of silver that has many names, one's called the blue silver or true silver or the goddess silver. This
It's
kind
a-
of still
I was gonna say it's a lot harder to get a hold of, isn't it?
correct. It is very rare.
Euphemia would speak up. She's like, well, the weapons that we use normally are just regular silver that you'd get from like silver mines. But there is a special type of silver that is a lot harder to get. It's known as like goddess silver, blue silver. Most of my family call it blue silver. Though I don't know. I don't think we ever had any blue silver weapons. I have to ask my grandfather. He would know.
Okay.
Well, what is your mace made out of?
Mine or hers?
Hers.
Good question.
You
My
don't know?
mace, I actually don't know.
She'd look over her mace.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it. It looks like silver, but you don't know what kind.
I'm not exactly like a smith or anything, so I just see silver. I don't know if it's a special kind.
I mean, it could be metal. Can Voren, from his years in acquiring things, can he determine if it is silver or it's just a nice metal or iron or something?
You could try.
What do you want me to roll?
Well, the one thing is, does she hand you the mace?
Well, I don't want to
Or
take it
how?
from her. I just want to see it like in her hands.
Euphemia is also gonna pipe up again. She's like, oh, so I kind of figured everyone was hungry. So I made these. You might want to eat them while they're still warm.
Oh,
Oh.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, but I'm not hungry after.
Oh, by the way, if you're not able to figure that out, Voren, I might be able to find out exactly what the basis I can cast a spell on it.
All right.
Try
So
to identify it and figure out
Okay.
if it's potentially silver.
Just give me a perception check.
perception. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. You take a look at it. It definitely has, metal. Not quite sure if it is silver. It's a gorgeous mace, especially the details. But without really doing tests on it or anything, you can't quite tell.
Well, I will say it's a lot cleaner and more polished than a lot of the metal weapons that I've seen, but I don't really know. Victor, maybe you could give it a shot. It could be silver. It looks like silver.
Sure, I can take a look if you would like, Minerva. I'll just have to cast a spell on it.
Yeah, that
Identify.
should be fine.
All right. Victor will, he'll go over to the mace and he'll pull out a pearl and an owl feather, and he'll start casting Identify on it. And it takes 11 minutes.
Okay.
But I could choose an object. You must touch the casting of the spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbue, you learn its properties and how to use them. I'll display it.
Okay. I would say this. As soon as you touch it, you get zapped.
Well, whatever it is, does not want me to use magic on it.
Yeah, I was kind of worried that would be the case.
I kind of thought about it too, but I wanted to see him try anyway.
Do you smirk? I'm just kidding.
Victor just shrugs. It's my luck, you know.
Are you all right?
I don't know. I'm fine.
Yeah,
I
it just feels like a little, electricity shock. It's not like, you know.
No, my spell doesn't work on it. Sorry.
Mm.
I mean, it's some sort of divine thing that was gifted to her. They're not going to use some sort of just everyday metal on it.
Regardless, it's touched by the divine. So, I mean, I think Victor would have like some knowledge of werewolves. Like, can I roll a history check?
Yeah, go ahead.
All that's going on, Nick's just sitting there eating a sandwich.
It's a really good grilled cheese sandwich. It's got like a nice. You got one that has a nice chunk of ham in
Hell yeah.
it.
Yes, with your studies, with your knowledge, of course, your father telling you, your mother, and all that stuff. You've always been warned, especially with vampiric bloodlines, don't get bit. Don't ever get bit. Scratches is fine, but don't get bit. There's something in there that's a poison, and it's like almost like vice versa, but it would take like a dozens of vampires to bite them to really knock them down. Silver is definitely can harm them.
And magic items in
There's
general, right? Just like as
yeah,
long as it's magic.
correct. And I would say you do recall something with this true silver or blue silver. You haven't, I don't think, heard about the goddess silver, but you know that you personally would know would be used for something else. But yeah, that's how much you would know.
All right. So, regardless of if it's silver or not, it could be. The thing is, I think it's a magical mace. And so if we come across anything, as long as we have some sort of magical item, we'll be able to hurt them a lot. And I'm pretty
Alright.
sure it's just ordinary weapons. Like if you just have a sword that's not magical whatsoever, your blows aren't going to hurt as much on it. It'll still hurt, trust me. It's the same way like with my father. If you use an ordinary weapon on him, it doesn't hurt him as much, but if you use a silver weapon or something of that nature, magical weapon, it'll hurt him just like it would hurt a mortal. So,
It's also
unfortunately,
consecrated too.
well, yeah, if you put holy water on it, I'm sure it'd be even worse. But for those of us that don't have magical weapons, if we do come across them, you just have to be very careful. You're not going to hurt them as much as a magical weapon would, or a silver weapon.
Oh, I wish I had one of those boomsticks that what's his face was using.
Oh goodness, I would like to get my hands on one of those as well, just for collection.
Imagine silver projectiles in that thing.
Oh goodness,
Man
yeah.
has a name.
It does?
What was it, Gary?
Glenn.
I know. I'm kidding. Yes.
Oh, you're talking about
He's
him.
actually a very pleasant person.
Yeah, sure, he was great.
I still don't understand why you two don't like him so much.
I never said I don't like him. I just said he's great.
Because he's pretty.
I don't dislike him. I just like giving him a hard time. That's all.
Exactly. It's just friendly teasing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you both have a crush on him? Celeste's like eating a sandwich.
Who doesn't?
Glenn? No.
Magpie raises her hand.
That was a joke, Magpie.
You should know me well enough to know that I can't tell when people are joking.
I know full well, Magpie.
Are they talking about their love for Glenn? Is that what's going on?
I think
Sorry, I
so.
put his face out a little bit.
No, we were
Yes,
talking
and how
about
much they
the
miss him
boomstick.
and have been thinking about him.
What? Why are you talking about his boomstick? That's
Because
to
it
keep
would be
our-
useful.
We need to keep our focus on the mission. All right.
So it
Focus on
seems like your focus is on Glenn's boomstick.
and how it would be great for collection as well as silver projectiles
Mhm.
used for werewolves.
I guess I could do the same thing with my bow if I get silver tipped arrows.
Yes, we'll get you some sort
you
of
could
silver dagger.
probably-
Oh,
Yeah,
silver
you could
dagger
use
would be
a
nice.
dagger. Or lace your blade with silver of some kind. Would work.
Dip it in molten liquid silver that way. When you hit them, it seeps into their bloodstream.
I'm actually
Well, I
curious
might
if
have to talk to one of our artificers about that. Good idea.
anyone in this town can actually provide such arms. I guess we'll find out in the morning.
Wish I had a quicker way to go home and ask for weapons. I know my family's got it.
I think by now, Vorin would be dressed. So I guess we have a plan, right?
Yes, plan. Go see how expensive carts are. 2, see if there's any rumors about werewolf attacks along the way. 3, see if the blacksmith has some sort of silver. If all the answers to those are no, we head out immediately. Does everyone have enough rations and things of that nature? I'm pretty sure I have enough from previous. It's going to be a long trip.
I gave some away to the kids, but I should have enough. I'm not a eater.
I have plenty. I can shrink down and just take small nibbles.
We can also do some hunting. I have about 10 days worth. But we could hunt and well, I say we could hunt, but I don't know if there's any special rules on this side of the continent, so I could kill us a deer and it could come back as an undead deer.
As long as we could ride it.
Yes, perhaps. Oh, speaking of the monkey, where the hell is the monkey?
It's been so quiet.
Did he come with us?
I've been here the whole time.
Hey, there you are.
Just eating a small sandwich.
I'm glad you're here,
Small
monkey.
sandwich.
Yeah,
Got good cheese pull.
those rooms.
I know, horrible, right?
No, it looked like how you left his room that one time.
To be honest, that was more cleaner.
I think
Than
it was,
this.
I
honestly.
think it was.
I swear I saw a bug with a top hat
What?
before coming in here. It's kind of shrugs.
I think you're lying.
The insects can have style and flair too.
It was the lord of all the roaches around this place. Maybe that's the government of Abel. The bugs.
Warren's gonna get something to drink.
All right. You guys get your drinks. Is there anything you wanted to do for the rest of the day?
Nyx is going to wash his new clothes because they're nice and clean, and he wants to keep them that way till his first battle.
Okay. you could do so. You can hang it up, it feels warmer in here, of course. But evening comes, whoever wants to make dinner makes dinner.
Probably would be Euphemia again.
Mhm. Eventually, you find a rest and wake up the next morning. No dreams. Haha.
Tee
Nice.
Ho ho.
So yeah, there you go. Morning is yours.
All right, rise and shine.
Ugh.
I take it that we're wandering around the town. Get
You
the
want to
rest of
split
the
up,
stuff.
or do we all want to go together to each individual place?
If we're going to split up, I'm going with Celestine.
Could do that. What the task we need to do? We need to find somebody who could do silver stuff, or maybe they sell some silver stuff.
Blacksmith of sorts.
And yes, and then find a person with a cart and horses.
Essentially, yes. And if it's too expensive, we just, we'll just head off and say screw it. We don't have, all the money for it. And we want to listen for any rumors or anything about werewolves.
Right,
Or
maybe any
rumors.
signs or postings.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who's doing what?
Nyx will go for the blacksmith.
Euphemia is going to go to blacksmith as well.
I think Victor
Magpie
wants
is
to look
going to
at
follow
art.
them. She wants silver tipped arrows.
Okay. And Victor?
He's going to check the cart and potential rumors around the area.
Okay. And what is Minerva wanting to do?
What I got a little distracted talking to my husband. What were
That's
the
fine.
options?
So I think Euphemia, Magpie, and Nyx are going to the blacksmith and see about anything silver, weapons or stuff. I guess Warren, Victor, and Celeste will go to the wagon place. Or find a wagon horse to see how much it costs.
Okay, Minerva would probably go with him.
Okay. Splitting the party. Sweet.
Fine, we're in town.
While in town. Magpie, you would give the other half directions, vaguely directions that you kind of remember seeing where they would have a place. It's a little bit outside the town, not too much, but that's where people come in and need to drop off their horses, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys would go to a let me see.
Follow the signs.
Yes, you would go to a place called Hammer and Anvil for the smith. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with we'll start with the wagon and cart people. You guys are going through town. Let me know. Victor, you said that you want to see or hear, or to see if there's any rumors about werewolves. Did you want to ask people, or you just kind of want to hear if there's any conversations going about?
I think a bit of both. He'll go up and he'll ask people questions.
Okay. Give me a perception check also.
Okay.
Okay. Perception check, sometimes you occasionally see like a piece of paper or something, you kind of glance at it, it's like for sale, or come buy this, or missing people or whatever. Nothing but werewolves. You do talk to some people around, and they would say haven't heard anything like that, but we always keep watch. There's nothing really with werewolf rumors. Or they just kind of like, don't care for the conversation. They're like, I'm doing this kind of thing, or I'm busy thinking to myself kind of thing.
Okay.
Eventually you do kind of make your way out. And you see a little small place, where you see some horses. You do see a man kind of standing about. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, for the horses? Okay.
Mhm.
What does the man look like?
He is a human man. He kind of has uh like a dusty gray hair. He looks like he has like a like a pipe in his mouth, kind of like occasionally puffing at it. He is standing up, and he has like a piece of wood, kind of like carving something out of it.
Okay. Victor will approach him. Hello, good day, sir. Good day, gentlemen.
Oh,
Hello, I'm here to inquire about the prices for horses and cars.
okay. Are you looking for a how you say, a regular cart or wagon?
I'm looking for something that could potentially transport around 7 people. My group of individuals will be headed probably for about a 3-week journey.
Okay, okay. So we have a cart that is 15 gold.
All
It
right.
it will definitely be fine because weight limit. You got to think of that. And if you want a horse, it would be 50 gold per horse.
All right. And for this cart, it's 15 gold and then 50 gold per horse. Will one
Mhm.
horse be able to carry the cart?
Yeah.
All right. And you said one horse could pull, 7 people worth of weight
Mhm.
plus
It
belongings.
yes, capacity. The very strong horse can do up to 540 pounds. The wagon itself, or no, you want cart, it can pull or keep weight of 200 pounds.
All right, so we can carry a good amount of us. Mm. All right. Is this for rental or is this for ownership?
Ownership. I don't do rentals.
All right. Victor would kind of take a look. Is it all right if I inspect the cart and the horse?
Ah, of course, of course. Also, you're going to need a feed. It would be 5 copper per day, and you get 10 pounds of it. So just keep in mind that you're going to have to feed a horse.
All right. So let's see. It looks like we're roughly looking at about what you say about 60, 75 gold, was it? You said 25 for the cart, 50 for the horse, or was it
Yes.
20 for the cart?
Uh, just, hold on. Oh, I just almost closed that out. It's 15 gold for the cart.
Oh, 15 gold for the cart, 50 for the
Yeah.
horse. All right, 65 gold. All right, I appreciate all this. Give me just a moment.
All
I'll
right.
get back with you. Victor will step away and he will message. Who's he going to message? He'll message Euphemia, who has the message spell.
Okay.
Euphemia, I'm here at the cart and horse place. 50 gold per horse, 15 gold for the cart, 65 total. Then we have to buy feed. Is it worth it? And then
Give
you wait for
me
this one.
just a moment. She'll relay the message to the others as we're like going to the blacksmith. Think it's worth it? 65 gold in total for the cart and the horse. We would just have to factor in feeding the horse.
Oh, and in the meantime, he will also cast another message back to Euphemia. Also, this is for ownership of the horse and cart. It will be as permanently. However, we have to be able to provide feed and things of that nature. It's not a rental.
Question: You're saying you're doing message or you're doing sending? Because message you have to point towards the creature within
Oh,
range.
sending. Sorry, two sending.
Okay. Okay.
Two sendings.
So as you or Femba, when you said "give me a moment," that was your sending.
Okay.
Okay.
But then he
Yes.
messages again, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I mean, that
So-
means that if we buy it, we could make some of that back by selling it.
We're probably gonna have to when we go back. Because I don't think we can take a horse and.
Wait, I'm not with
everything
you,
else
Femi.
is
Warren,
available.
yeah.
I'm talking to Victor.
Yeah. So with your Vamya is Magpie and Nyx.
All right, crickets.
I
So
mean,
before you get to send that other message too for official.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'd be a bad idea to speed up our journey towards where we're going. But at the same time, what are we going to do with it after?
That's a good point.
I know when we first talked about it, when we first got here, Celestia had brought up potentially selling it again.
The best thing we could do is try to sell it again.
Let's see if we can even find a buyer. If not, we have to figure out how to transport a horse with us.
Mm-hmm.
Our pricing, I mean, it sounds like a good price to me, but I mean,
At that point, Nyx would hold up like 8 fingers and go,
it's about that much.
I just realized I was muted because I'm stuffing my face. Magpie would shrug. I don't mind chipping in. We can always sell the horse later, even if we take it out of recouping some of the cost. Worst case scenario, if we have to take it all the way back, we could always see about. Well, I'm sure that there would be somebody who would be able to buy it.
I mean, what's the worst case? We lose out on taking the portals back to Felu and have to ride the carriage there.
That's true.
There was that rental company. They may be interested in buying it if we can't sell it here.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
I think with the sending back, the second one, to be like Victor, I think it's a good idea. And if anything, we could just take the carriage and the horse back and sell it there.
Okay. When Victor receives that, he would turn back to the gentleman. I would like to pick up the cart and the horse and some feed. How much is it per day? You said. You said a 10
copper?
pound bag of feed was copper.
Yeah. So it'd be five copper. Yeah, 5 copper.
All right. So how long does a 10 pound bag of feed last a horse? I guess it would last a little while.
It'd be animal feed per day, 5 copper.
All right. So per day. Are there any towns here? Well, what's the nearest town
Yeah.
between here?
It's pretty much just us and the one up in the snow.
All right, the one that's about 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean,
3 weeks.
the horse could always also just eat wherever we camp.
All right. Let's start out with 10 days worth of feed. Hold on. We'll do 50 copper, so 101 silver. So let's do. I'll buy 30 days worth of feed. We'll put it on there. So that's. Hold on, that's a lot of weight.
2 silver?
I don't know if the cart can handle that much. Let's see.
And it'd be 10 pounds.
10 pounds,
Oh.
times
Oh,
30.
wait.
It's about 300 pounds.
Victor, we have a bag of holding.
Yes,
A
I
couple
was
of
just
bags
about
of
to say
holding.
that.
Oh, all right. Excellent. Well, do you want to go ahead and... Who's Vorens here with me? And
Yes.
Celeste?
And Minerva.
And Minerva, okay.
And Peggy.
right, well-
Sorry, I was a joke.
Get out of here!
All right. Well, I guess maybe we should get 30 days of feed isn't that expensive. So it's 50 silver. So it's 50 copper. So it's 15 silver. 15 silver for 30 days worth of food for the horse. So we don't even have to worry about food anymore.
Right.
And then it's 65 gold pieces.
We're not like immediately in front of the dude, right?
No, you guys. I imagine you guys pulled aside because he did say it. So I kind of
Yeah, yeah,
imagine
yeah.
him kind of yelling, like, "How much was it?" That was my response to you guys.
Like a side. We're
But
doing a
he's like,
sidebar right now. Okay.
Yes. So he's still kind of like, I don't know. He's making something.
Listen, this might be my profession talking, but can't you charm people?
Yes, I can, but every time I use my magic, something horrible happens. It never works. And if it fails, if for some reason
That'll be bad.
it fails, he'll know that I tried to charm him.
And don't they know afterwards too? So can you imagine coming back through here and trying to sell the horse?
I know, but I could change my appearance and look like someone completely different.
Right.
And
Are you
he'd
going to
think,
change all of us? No.
No,
No,
come
no,
alone.
no.
Remember.
No, this actually isn't too expensive, honestly.
I
And
mean, if
if,
we all pitch in.
and if I did charm him, we'd probably only get maybe like 10 gold, maybe. Off the price or whatever.
No, that's a good point. I thought we could charm him to like give it to us
Just
because we
give
would
it to
be
us?
doing a job for him across the mountain.
In the future, when I'm able to do more extensive charms, that would definitely work. But with the
All right.
charm spell that I know right now, it would just make him seem friendly to me. That's all.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So we want to all pitch in. So 7 divided by 65. What did I say it was be for silver? I'll pay the silver for the feed. Don't worry about that. So 65 divided by 7, whatever that is. We'll just cough it up. I'll collect it all later. I'll pay it right now. So I'll go back to the man. All right, so here's your gold. I want 30 days worth of feed. And one of your strongest horses, and of course, the cart here.
All right. How about this? I make you, you could choose a horse yourself. Well, to see, because you know how sometimes people can be funny. So he kind of like walked towards the stables. There's 3 horses. If you guys, you can roll a perception check to see how the horses look. Go ahead.
Anyone go to do all of us roll, or
It's up to you. I mean, there's 3 of you. Sorry,
Anyone?
all of a sudden I have an accent right now.
It's all right. Is anyone good at telling if an animal is strong? I'm not. I can look and see, but I don't know. I'll take a look anyways. All right, so I'll look.
First, I know. Y'all need to talk. Anyways, go ahead. Okay. So 3 horses. One is a dark, like a chestnut brown. The other one it's like gray and black. It's almost kind of, almost like a zebra, kind of, a little bit, but just a darker color. So it's like the grays and the blacks and stuff. And the last horse is more of a calico, so it has browns and whites and grays.
Ooh, I'm kind of leaning towards the silver and black one.
I like it.
All right, we'll get to this. The silver and black one.
Yeah.
What's the name of the horse?
Melvin.
Hate me right now.
Melvin.
Malvin. All right, we'll take Malvin.
Okay. You pull out the horse. The horse looks healthy. It's, just kind of neighs and all that stuff, and looks like it's munching on something. Yeah, you pay the silver and the gold, right? So,
Yeah,
he already has a pocket. It does have like a rope, like some reins kind of thing, but no saddle. So he hands you that, and then he will go further down, and he will show you just a couple. There's only 2 carts. They look good. Probably just a little weather worn. As you kind of look at the wheels and stuff, it doesn't look cracked. It looks fine. There's no. Is there? Yeah, I mean, yes, I'll say there's nothing to hitch the horse or anything or put it together, and he kind of look at you. Oh, sorry to say, if you wanted the rest, it will cost 2 gold.
Oh, absolutely. I'll pay you 2 more gold. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So he will kind of like go behind an area and basically just kind of like hitch up the horse and stuff. It's all like leather work. Leather actually is pristine. It's nice. So you definitely got your 2 golds worth out of that. So yeah. Well, there you go. Congratulations. It is just you know, a cart. If you do want extra like covering, if you want to spend another, I'll say for this 1 silver, I can get it done for you today.
1 silver. You could just put a cover over it.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
He will kind of like he'll come over here and he will like show you there's like holes where it's like where they kind of like it's like a you pop up it's kind of like a tent kind of thing and stuff. And goes okay. Well, if you want to come back in an hour, and I'll have this all done for you.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You know.
Victor will come back to the group. All right, we've got a horse. He's putting all the tack on it, and he's going to put a cover over the wagon for us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that really
Not too bad.
expensive?
It was 65 gold for that, plus 2 for the tack, plus the feed. But don't worry about the tack and feed. I'll pay that. I just need everyone to pitch in 9 gold, roughly.
All
That's
right.
Leslie already had you 9 gold.
Yeah, Varn will give you the 9 right now.
I'll get the rest back from the blacksmith group here in an hour. But it's going to be an hour before it's ready. So
The fuck
if
are we
want
gonna
to
do
go
for an
meet up-
hour in this dump?
Well, I suppose we can go meet up with them at the blacksmith.
All right.
All right.
All right. So the rest of you who are heading towards the blacksmith, you see the hammer anvil You do see a dwarf. Looks like he is working on something.
Hello.
Oh, yeah? Can I help you?
You wouldn't happen to have any like silver weapons or silver tipped arrows?
Not here.
Do you know where we can get some?
Nowhere close here.
No. I figured as much. Well, thank you. She'll
Are
look
you
at
looking for silver? Are you looking? What, are you trying to, like, hunt something?
I'm a part of the Night Hunters from Kennerith, and I've been getting reports that there are increased werewolf activity in this on this continent. So just wanting to prepare and make sure in case we do run into any.
I mean, if you want to go to, he kind of thinks and ponders. The closest enough I could think is probably go to the lighthouse. There's, they might sell some kind of silver powder, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I do appreciate it.
You know,
She'll look to the others. Do you want anything while we're here?
What about magically enchanted?
nothing here with that. Our town is quite simple. We don't have anything magical.
You wouldn't happen to have at least stronger bows?
A bow is a bow.
Hmm.
If not needing anything else, we'll be making our way up. But thank you for letting us know.
You nuts.
And probably if I'm able to start walking out.
Nyx would follow.
All right, where are you guys heading?
I will lead them back towards where what is the stables are.
Okay. You guys head towards the stables. Eventually, you guys see each other.
Well, no luck at the blacksmith, but the blacksmith did tell us of a place called the Lighthouse. We might be able to get some like silver powder or something. It's still better than nothing.
Silver powder?
Could we
All
melt
right.
down the powder and coat the weapons in it?
Oh, I see. But do we already own anything that we can smelt down to make, like, arrows, daggers?
Silver coins?
I don't have anything, at least what I haven't noted of what we have in my bag of holding, other than the coins. But I feel like we need that.
Mm-hmm. All right, shall we try going there then?
Yeah, worth a shot.
Well, we do have a little bit of time left before the cart will be ready. Not sure how far away this lighthouse is.
No idea.
Would Magpie know, or should we ask somebody?
Where was what?
Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Would I know what that is,
yeah.
or is that
Oh, yeah.
something that?
No, it's like I would say like a 20-minute walk from outside the city because they have to have a lighthouse. And lighthouse is part of the god of light.
Is that on the path
see.
out of town by chance, or is it the opposite way? Because
It,
if it's on the way out of town, then we'll just wait for the cart.
it's more like up north. It'd be up north of the town, and to get out of like literally going on your thing, it's to the west.
Okay. All right. Well, no time like the present. While we walk towards the lighthouse, can I use my arcane recovery feature?
Mhm.
I want to regain one of the third level spells that I spent.
Yep, you could do that. All right. So you guys head up north, towards the lighthouse. At the moment, it definitely seems to get darker as the clouds are now really consuming the sky. Just a little bit of sunlight. It almost feels like nighttime approach, but it's only 4 or 5 o'clock. Guys can continue down, and you see how the ocean waters themselves look angry. Eventually, you make it to the lighthouse, and right next to the lighthouse is a temple. You see a symbol above the doorway, a sun with a halo. As you walk in the temple, it is quite bright. It's definitely different from any other temples that you've seen so far. You see some of the people that are there dressed in light gray robes and a small like symbol or a pen of a symbol of the sun and the halo. The woman comes up to all of you, smiles. Hello, how can I help you?
We heard that you might have some silver powder.
Yes, we do.
We will hoping to get some.
How much do you need?
She'll turn to look at Euphemia. You know better than I.
About enough to at least give a good coating on weapons, possibly, or maybe a couple of arrows.
We do have a good blacksmith here.
I
But
did.
it could take a couple of days or so.
Hmm. So look to the others.
Do you have any ready-made silver weapons already?
She smiles and shakes her head. I do not.
Give us just a moment, please. Later will turn back. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's worth waiting a few days for silver weapons?
I don't know. I
What do you
don't want to stay in this forsaken town.
I suppose as long as we're as careful as we can be.
Do
Long
we
journey.
even
shouldn't
actually
have too much
know
trouble.
if there's been reports of werewolves in the area?
It's confirmed from a message from my home, and I believe as well as from Euphemia's.
Yeah, there are. We did get reports from my family that there is increased activity on this continent. Whether it's in this area, I don't know.
Right. There's really no way of knowing, huh? Until we know.
Mm-hmm. That's the bad part of it.
So it becomes a hit or miss. With that, I mean, we could always attempt to coat weapons ourselves, but none of us are blacksmiths. At least I'm not.
Well, these things take time.
And yeah, indeed, I'm not like annoyed at the fact that it's going to take time. I don't want to stay here. We have a mission to get to.
What we could potentially do is we could fashion some sort of how do you say, take the silver pouch and throw it in its face. I'm sure that wouldn't, be kind of like a bottle of holy water for a vampire. You just bust a bunch of silver in the face of a werewolf. I'm sure it wouldn't be very pleasant. So we could have a few of these. I guess you could call them bombs or grenades of some sort.
Indeed. I guess we could also like dip our arrows in oil and put silver dust on them.
Potentially, we'd essentially be using this as. It wouldn't be as effective as if we had like a pure silver weapon or weapon that stayed coated for a long time, but it
It'd be
could
like
potentially work.
adding
Fighters
salt
do.
to a wound.
Absolutely. I suppose it's going to matter how much it costs. I, for one, I think we'll be fine without it.
I say fuck it. I say we go without.
I mean, this is Euphemia's trade. I will take her advice on the matter.
I would rather us be prepared, though. If we can handle losing 2 days to have it properly done by blacksmith, I would rather do that. But if you're just wanting it as a quick thing, then I don't know if our results are going to be if we fight a werewolf while we're out there.
I mean, the one thing is werewolves come out during the full moon, and if we are in a place that's safe, then we should be fine. But it's up to you, anybody, and just it's a thought.
But here's the thing: they're becoming more bold and attacking cities.
Well, in my situation, silver does not help me in the utmost. Just use magic. It works just as good.
Yeah,
It's just
they're not
the marshal
fireproof, are
uses.
they?
Absolutely not. Yes.
I say we save the money.
Save the money. Take extra precautions. Keep an eye on the moon.
When is the next full moon?
He looks over
Mm.
at Celeste because I think she was able to see it before.
And if my calculations are right, it should be in a couple of weeks. No, actually, it depends. We'll probably get there faster with a cart. We would probably arrive when the full moon comes out. Without the cart. With the cart, we should be there before.
All right, it's good enough for me.
That's good. Be in the safety of a vampire town when the werewolves come out. No place safer.
Maybe for you.
So we'll be just fine.
I hope you're right.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
I say we head back to the cart and start our journey.
Agreed. It'll probably be almost ready by the time we get there.
All right. Guys, end up, you go back. You see the wagon all fixed up and everything for you guys. I closed out of it. I had a picture for you guys. Let me see if I can find it again. Aha, I found it again. So yeah, so the cart is just something very simple. He went ahead and he put kind of like a tarp or thing over it. I always say it's a darker color than that. It's not white. I'll say it's a dark green. So you guys can open up in the back. You have a little peak thing in the front. So yeah, it looks good, or as best as it can be.
Excellent job on the cart.
Thank you.
And we'll be heading out now. Thank you for your business.
And he goes back to what he was doing.
All right, on the road.
All right, who is going to? Who's driving the cart?
I
The
shall.
dedicated cart driver, Minerva.
What? Why me?
Minerva, put the food down and drive the cart.
What the hell?
Minerva drove the last one. She's got experience.
Okay, fine, I'll drive it.
Give me an animal handling check. Okay. As you guys pile into the cart, Minerva, you remember, you taken carts before, especially when you're a kid. Also, the last time you helped get the wood and stuff, and it's nice. It's comfortable. As we'll give a little horse a little tap, and the cart starts to go. Celeste will poke her head out and just say, she would explain, just follow the path. It's easy. We don't have to go into the woods or anything. Just keep following the path. As yeah, so you guys are snug in here. It's comfortable. It's a there's plenty of room. And it definitely helps to have covering because this is when you start to feel it getting colder when you start going into the woods. Magpie, give me a perception check.
Perception.
Okay. As you kind of take a look, the last thing you see is that tree. A golden tree. As the city or the town you leave. As you continue to go in, Minerva, you spot somebody coming out the woods. And they begin to just kind of walk behind as you are moving along. You guys see this person kind of walking towards the town. They stop, turn around, and something flies into the cart as the person walks away.
Into our cart?
Mm-hmm. It lands inside the cart.
What is it? Is it like an animal, or is it like they threw a rock?
Yeah, look.
They
Sort
threw
of.
something.
Yeah.
I mean, you look. Do you? I'm asking, does anybody
Investigate to see
look?
what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
I'm looking.
because all you're saying are okay. You see a scroll.
I'm not
Magpie will
touching
pick
that.
up the scroll.
As you pick up the scroll, you'd see a wax seal. It has 3 daggers on it.
Euphemia is gonna look at the seal
She-
as well.
She will pinch the bridge of her nose and then break it open.
What is it?
It's from our informants.
It simply says 12 are missing.
It's 12. 12 people have been taken. I'm telling you, it's the same thing.
I said I never doubted you.
I never said that you didn't. But I'm reiterating it.
Any other information besides that?
Just that there are 12 missing. And if there are 12 missing, it matches up to the dream. They did say that there were others. And she's just gonna grip the scroll tightly in her hand. I don't even know if we can stop it.
We can't. We have absolutely no idea. We have
Yeah.
no information to even try.
12 doesn't tell us anything except there's more. We'll just have to get to the next town and see if they know anything.
Did anyone remember anything from the dream? Other than the stone table? I vaguely remember a tree? I don't. It's been so long.
No. Every other night I'm haunted by a new nightmare. I can't keep track.
It starts to get dark. Minerva, you feel that it's probably time to find a place to set camp. If you would like to roll survival or ask somebody to help you look for a site.
Looks like the sun's setting. We should probably start looking for somewhere to set up camp.
All right. I'd be sitting up front with Minerva, so I'm just gonna look around.
Give me a survival.
I will also roll.
Survival or help her with hers?
Oh, you ate her, so you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you find a good spot, enough where you can actually hide the wagon too. As Celeste will pull a scroll out.
Squirrel girl.
Yeah, that's the first thing that popped in my head. And
Whoa.
and we'll make a. Well, she will place it where it's hidden. She will lead the horse in, and at first the horse kind of like hesitates, but eventually is led in. Your first night begins. If you guys have anything to say, we're going to continue the next day.
Not that Magpie is particularly chatty, but people will definitely see that she's more relaxed now that they have left the city.
And Euphemia is getting more nervous as we're making the trek to this town.
Same with Valen. He Vorin, Jesus Christ.
Valen?
Valen?
I was like, who that?
Listen, eventually I'll stop saying Valen altogether, okay?
Mhm.
Vorin, he also, it looks like he's getting more uncomfortable. This is probably the most out of his element that he's ever been in. And he's not really happy about it. Also, he's going to apologize to Minerva for telling her to stop eating.
Oh, I didn't know that's something he actually said. I thought that was just a OC chat.
And then
Nope.
Nyx is just sitting there blissfully unaware.
I think Victor will send a message to someone.
Mhm.
He'll send a message to Duchess Red Volkov.
Mm-hmm.
He should be able to because he kind of knows what she looks like from when he was a kid. Right,
Mhm.
so he'll send a message. Greetings, Duchess Volkov. This is Lord Victor Noct, Luke and Noct's son. I'm on our way with my traveling companions to your wonderful city. I just wanted to let you know that we are en route. It may take some time, but do not want to come unannounced.
Was that more than 25 words?
It's roughly probably
'Kay.
25 right there.
Okay.
So I cut it off.
Okay. A moment passes by, and all you hear is good. Simple. That's it.
All right. Victor would tell the group, I've announced our intentions to visit the city. And she's a woman of very few words. She just said good.
Euphemia is just getting even more nervous.
Well, better to at least announce our intentions than to show up as a surprise.
This is probably the most nervous that probably anyone has seen Euphemia.
No, it's a good idea.
You two are right.
I think it takes a moment
Yeah.
for Euphemia to snap out of her trance. I'm fine.
You all right?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
It's a natural response to be nervous. Just hold on to that nervousness. Don't ever get that comfortable, honestly. But everything should be fine. Trust me.
I've never felt comfortable around vampires, no, especially if it's an ancient.
Oh yes, potentially the first. Even I'm nervous.
I know there are some out there that don't care for hunters.
Do we hear that comment that you just made, Sin?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not helpful, buddy.
As soon as Victor said, "Even I'm nervous," Nix would look at him and go,
Hello, nervous. I'm Nix.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Nix. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We just need to remember the respect of all things here. Just watch what you say. But honestly, I don't think we're going to have anything to worry about. As long as we present ourselves well and don't get in any of their business.
I'm just a little nervous at what they're going to say about a hunter, because you have a sense to know who the fuck we are. Looking at.
I guess it's potential that they know. Possibly. I mean, has your family been hunting vampires recently?
That I know of, no. Again, we are allied with some vampire houses back home, but this is on a different continent. I have no fucking clue.
Yes, since when? I suppose. Don't be forthcoming with that information unless you have to.
No, I'm not going to say, oh, hello, I'm a monster hunter. I
Yes.
sometimes have to kill your kind.
Well, in all honesty, they might not have any worry about it. They might just consider if you're weak enough to get killed by a hunter, then you probably deserve to be killed. That's some of the. I would expect some of the attitudes of some of them. But, like I said, well, let's just hope that nobody in your family ever did anything to hurt them. Because they could have a grudge. But I don't think so. We should be fine.
All right. As the night comes, whoever wants to make dinner is served. You find a place to sleep and you wake up the next day. As you wake up and walk out, definitely know it's been raining. Outside, you can't almost help but stepping in huge puddles. So you guys help and get the wagon out, back on the road. Again, rain comes and hits. For the purpose of this, I would like if somebody roll me a d20.
Victor, are you Femia? Go for it.
Oh, have bad luck. All right, I'll roll it.
I was about to say, my luck isn't that great either.
All right, let's get
If
Minerva to do
nobody
it.
wants
Let's
to
get
roll it,
Minerva.
I'll roll it. Never mind.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yikes.
I told you to
that
Ay,
could
ay,
be
ay.
good.
Minerva.
That could be good.
Yes. As you continue to go down, the path and stuff, and it's raining, all of a sudden you guys hear a crack at the wheel.
Oh, damn it!
Well, that
All
doesn't
right.
sound good.
Let's go check it out.
Okay. Minerva, for some odd reason, you just didn't see this rock because it was just covered by mud. As you can see, that there was a mudslide because of the rain. The rain is all hitting you. You notice that there is a good crack in the wheel. Now, you could try to makeshift it, tie it up, mend it, whatever you
mend.
can. Okay. For the purpose of this, mending is going to take, for this kind, it's going to take you about 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
Can I help her as she mends with mending as well?
Yeah,
Like a
it'll cut
combined
down to,
effort?
it will cut it down to 15 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, so the next 15 minutes you mend it. And it's up to you if you want to look anywhere else, just in case. Between you two guys that are mending, or if somebody else wants to do a perception check to see if
Yeah.
there's anything else while they are mending, go ahead.
Warren's gonna
I would
stand
do
up and
perception.
keep an eye out. Yeah.
Okay, so
I
Magpie,
did not mean to share that twice.
that's fine. Yeah, because mending is free. Oh yeah. So Magpie, you're looking at the cart. You said that you're looking out? M9?
Oh,
Or what?
I thought you said that if somebody wanted to look and see if there was anything else wrong.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that. And I thought I heard that Warren said that he was looking.
I am looking outward, yeah, to just
Okay.
keep an eye out for anything.
Perfect. So both of you are doing two different things. Magpie, you do see another crack. It's actually underneath where the front wheel is. So you can point it out. And that will take another like 5 minutes. So it's like 20 minutes total, but between both of you, you can do it. The menders. But at least that has been caught before anything else happened. Warren, it is raining, but you don't see anything. You don't see anybody in the woods. Occasionally, you might see a deer or two, but the coast is clear.
All right.
All right. So you guys get back in. Celeste will start casting precipitation, try to get you guys' clothes dry as you continue for the rest of the journey. Nighttime hits. Tents are set up. Anything you want to do before you sleep? Nope. Okay. Morning comes. Second day. Who wants to roll me a d20?
All the way.
Okay.
Get out of the way.
Okay. A thick fog rolls in. This pushes you back a little bit. A half a days. Eventually, you are out of the fog, and it just seems eerie. This fog seems just dark. You feel cold, all of you.
Denied ring of warmth.
True. But you feel it in your bones. Euphemia.
Mm-hmm.
You see Laura next to you. I don't like this.
I don't like it either. And she's just kind of shivering.
You kind of see her kind of peeking out in the back. And then she kind of floats out. Euphemia,
Hmm.
the woods changed.
Euphemia would kind of stand up. Or not stand up, but like sit up more. What do you mean?
Look,
She'd peek out. People would, you guys in the back would see her kind of look out of the carriage.
as you take a peek and you kind of notice, and oddly enough, Minerva, and is Vorn, are you up there with her? Are you still up there or are you inside? Okay. You, as the fog kind of lifts and fades and then comes back and everything, you start to kind of, it feels like the fog is playing tricks on your eyes. In a split moment, a light appears and it disappears. And this is when Laura tells you it's different. The trees, it's pine trees, but some of them look half dead. Like something almost just took their hand and just kind of brushed them all off. So Steve will kind of peek her head. It's not right.
No.
She will look at the map. Here, where are we? Laura kind of stops floating as the cart begins to walk away from, going away. She starts to go into the woods. You hear in your head, something's in the woods.
We need to be on our guard. There's something in the woods. Laura, do you see it? And
A
Euphemia's
cave.
just looking out into the forest.
I see a cave.
Can you look in it?
I don't want to go in there alone.
Can you tell if there's something in there?
Immediately, she pops next to you, almost kind of startles you.
Yeah, she kind of just jumps a little bit.
It's so dark in there. It's so dark.
She's contemplating on what to do.
But I feel like I have to go in.
You're being pulled to it?
Yes.
Is it just a feeling, or are you hearing something?
Something there, something.
Is the cart moving or no?
I say it's slowly moving because of the fog.
Laura, do you want to know what's in it?
You see her holding her teddy bear very close and nods.
I think the rest of us are kind of getting like the one-sided conversation, right?
Yeah, the one side, yeah. But the one thing is, it feels very eerie. It's like almost something like, it's like, you know how you just watch a horror movie and then you still feel that tingling sensation after that jump scare?
Yeah, like somebody's watching you or something.
Yes, and it's like that afterwards, the after effect.
All right. Anyone care to explain what's going on here?
She'll look back to the others. Laura saw a cave and she's being kind of pulled through it. But she's afraid to go in there alone.
And we see like the woods look. Did they look dead? Like, is that how?
Yeah,
Some
some
of the
of
trees
it's
are
like
half
dead.
dead.
All right, we better be very prepared. I think Victor is going to cast Mage Armor on himself preemptively.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So you see him, and you see like his outline kind of just flashes for a second.
And then it's when Euphemia would go towards the front and look and just like stop the carriage for a moment. Or the cart.
Do we want to investigate this?
I do.
How about the rest of you? I'm up for a little investigation.
I mean, anything that we do
Better if we
together
go
is
together
better.
than to stay. Yep. Just about to say the same thing.
At this point, you family when you try to find Laura, she's not there. But you
Laura?
hear in your head, there's cart marks here.
There's cart marks.
Okay.
Laura, can you come back and show me the way?
She popped back. Yes. And she will like float out and she will point to a direction.
I think Victor will hop off too, and help inspect. Does it look like the cart, the cart just appeared out of nowhere? You know what I'm saying? Like, did it just
Cart
start?
marks.
Yeah, I
Cart
know.
marks.
Did the cart does it look like it's been going throughout the road, or it looks like it just all of a sudden starts at one spot?
There's oddly enough, the only cart marks that you see is your guys's. But
I think the cart marks is what we're referencing towards at the cave.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like it like if you came out, Euphemia, and see where she's pointing, you see cart marks going off, off the road. And it's quite odd because it just seems that they start off road instead of on road. Because you look back at your cart, and of course you see your guys' cart marks, but in front there's no cart marks on the road.
And that's where Victor, like the light bulb kicks off in his head. Remember, I think this might be the card that Magpie was talking about in reference to our dream. Remember the one girl that was taken from the butcher? They said that there was the sound of a cart and then a flash and then nothing.
Rebecca's daughter?
Yes, right? So if the cart teleported and flashed, and all of a sudden cart marks are appearing here, that means the cart might have transported from where it was at to here. Because doesn't look like they're continuous marks. Looks like they've started here and continue on this way. This could be the cart that is responsible for all this.
Whoever wishes to come with me, I'm going to wherever this cave is.
I think
And she
You
looks
had
where
me
Laura's
as a
Flavor
pointing.
everybody.
potential fight.
All right, sorry. Nick says it's potential fight. What did you say, Victor?
Victor's just kind of waving everybody to kind of group up here.
Are you guys leaving? Well, the one thing is I want to know, are you guys leaving the cart in the middle of the road? Are you wanting to pull the cart into or kind of like follow it? What do you guys want to do?
No, I think we have to follow with the cart.
Is that
Do
what
we
everybody
want-
else want to do?
Do we want to bring the cart into the cave, or do we want to bring it up to the caves and stop it?
Yeah, we need to at least get it off the main road.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we do that, we need to be very careful because we could alert whatever's in the cave to our presence.
I will be walking and following Laura. So you can follow me.
Well, Victor, why don't you go ahead and you message us in case anything pops up. We'll follow a bit further back to put away the cart at least somewhere.
All right. I'll go up ahead with Euphemia and whoever's leading.
Yeah, use this. Your feminine is following. Well, she's definitely following somebody or something. Whoever else wants to get out of the cart and follow, feel free. But at this time, it sounds like the cart is following them.
Mhm.
Right? Okay. So Minerva, you steer the cart, kind of like following the line, following them. And it is very eerie. You guys are used to fog in some places, of course, but this, as you look around, it just seems the fog just sticks to the ground like a thick fog. The cart is, making a little noise, and of course, the horse. 5 minutes, 10 minutes roll by, 15 minutes. Almost all of you can't help but your heart just beats, and you can almost hear in your ears. It's almost oddly deja vu, but yet, there's some light. And just before you, you see the mouth of the cave. The cart won't fit, but you can almost see, and almost Minerva, an instinct, you just kind of turn the horse to the left and then it just kind of stops. While Laura stops in the mouth of the cave, just looks inside. It's so dark in there.
And it's when Euphemia would start to cast dancing lights, like kind of putting the four, at least in the beginning part of the cave.
As you place them, it almost seems that the darkness or the dark or whatever it is seems to almost engulf the light. Not by much, but it does.
That is odd.
Is there anything outside of the cave, like trails of blood? Anything? Like
Mm.
really strange bones.
Give me a perception check. Mm. No, you just see what looks like drag marks. Drag marks of what? Don't know. At this point, your family, you see Laura will start to walk in.
I think that's when Euphemia would kind of start to walk in, but she'd let the others know that's behind her that she's going in.
What do you guys do?
I think Victor cautiously would put a hand on Euphemia's shoulder. Are you sure you just want to walk in like that? I get some weird feeling about this place.
I do too, but I can't just sit.
If you want, I can send Mist in to have a little glance beforehand. I think Victor would snap his fingers, and Mist would appear, and he would say, I need you to do something. I need you to take a little look inside this cave, all right? Potential magical darkness of some sort.
Um, would a familiar be able to see Laura or no?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
And so Victor would kind of toss her up into the air. Be as quiet as you can. And I would like for the bird to stealthily try to make its way into the cave.
Give me a burst stealth check.
Oh yeah, I need to do that. Let me see.
Bird
Pull up.
stealth.
Or pulling up the owl's page.
Yeah, it'd be like it's Dex, so whatever.
Yeah, so its dex is a +1. So can I roll it from here?
Yeah, I think you should be able to just roll a Dex. Okay.
Oh, perfect.
I don't think anybody can see it because I think you did a whisper, but that's fine.
Sometimes I don't know why it did that from the owl page, but yeah, 14.
Yeah. Um, she starts to go in, and as you kind of look through her eyes, you barely see the globes. And even like through the owl's eyes, it's straining because you can only see so much far. Because you're used to like, they can see up to what, 30 feet or more?
They can see dark vision 120 feet.
Mm-hmm. This is like
That's like
15
magical darkness. Yeah.
yeah, it's like literally like 15 feet in front of it. You can almost feel the frustration from your owl. Kind of like, I would say you would hear, "What is this shit?" I I don't I don't like it.
All right. Come back.
Pops right back at you.
All right. Just keep an eye overhead. We're going to probably head into this.
Mhm.
Victor, with whoever's around him, I'll say, even the owl could barely see in there, and the owl has superb vision. So it could be some potential magical darkness of some sort. We're going to have to be very careful.
I guess at this point we'd be reunited or what?
Yeah, I mean, you guys won't be too close. I mean, you would have been there. That's why I asked, what's everybody doing?
Okay.
So you guys would have been in the range from each other.
Yeah, I would have sent a message back to Vorin, just the cantrip, telling him briefly what we're seeing going on here.
I guess we're doing this.
If we can find the source, I can dispel the magic.
All right. Just be very careful.
All right.
Laura, can you come back and lead me, please?
A moment goes by and she appears next to you. She doesn't look at you, she just looks into the cave.
And that's when she'd probably like hold out her hand, even though I know she can't actually hold her hand, but
Mm-hmm. She holds it out to you. And for a brief moment, you feel the coolness of her hands.
and that's probably when she would start to kind of lead in with Laura showing the way,
Mm-hmm.
since she can see and I can't very
Yeah.
well anyway.
You guys follow.
Yep.
Gonna keep the dancing lights as close to the group so that they can see as best they can, because I know Nyx
Mhm.
can't see shit.
Yeah. All right.
I think Victor will cast invisibility on himself.
Okay.
So he'll vanish from sight. And he'll just whisper, I'll stay hidden for the moment, just in case anything happens.
As you guys walk into the cave, this eerie dread just surrounds all of you. Heart begins to pound. You can just hear it in your ears. You start to breathe, and to the point where almost feels like somebody's breathing in your neck. Euphemia,
Mm-hmm.
where do you keep the book the Voodoo Queen gave you?
It would be on the same kind of band that the family book is on.
Oddly enough, you hear drums. Very faint. But you hear it close to you, around you, or on you.
And she'd be able to figure out it's coming from the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
She'd pull out the book and open it.
You, all of you who are following, you would hear the faint drums, the familiar faint drums. As you open the book, you hear a voice. Be careful. A card fell, and it showed darkness and blood. Be careful. And immediately the book closes, it slams itself.
She'd put it back where it normally is.
Victor. Give me a perception check. Okay. As you are walking through, when you get closer into the cave, you just smell something very familiar. Just a very faint trace. You almost taste it on your tongue.
I look around. Do I see anything? Like, do I see it or just smell it?
Just kind of smell it a little bit.
All right. I kind of just crouch down and try to softly continue walking along.
Mm-hmm. As you all continue, you all hear faint whisper and chanting. You guys get closer and closer. The chanting gets louder and louder. Then you hear as the elemental queen, the sacrifices are made. Do it now. What do you guys want to do?
We all heard the
Make
do it.
Hmm?
Did we all hear her say that?
Yes.
Magpie is going to run forward.
Okay.
Yeah, Euphemia is gonna follow.
You have tokens. You
Your
can
roll.
do so.
Nix is also going to follow because the light source is running away.
You might have to find your tokens. It's on the bottom of the screen. You might have to move it.
I gotta fix my token though.
Oh yeah. If you went through walls, for some reason it wouldn't let me lock it, so please don't go over the walls.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the entrance to the cave. Oh, it's up here. I see.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just trying to.
At the end, Euphemia, where you were standing, you don't see Laura. Laura's gone. But you do see a faint light or something, and then it just fades and it disappears.
Like my lights?
No, no, no. Just whatever popped out of
Okay.
here over here.
I don't know what happened to my other torch.
It's
I
gone
lost it in the-
forever.
I lost it in the dark.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Before you, in a semi ghetto circle, because Roll20 won't let me do a circle, so whatever.
Yep,
You
that
see,
sounds about normal.
yeah,
Yeah.
you see, you see bodies.
Are they?
You see blood. And you see a dagger in their hearts.
All of them?
Mm-hmm. Maybe we can. Maybe we can help them.
Maybe.
I could revive too.
Are they covered or?
Yeah, they're covered. They're like they are wrapped, but they
Mhm.
have like a veil over their face.
Take off the veils to see if any of these people are any of the missing people from Felu.
Mhm. Tell me who's looking at what.
I'm gonna take the top two here.
Okay.
I'll
This
do
one.
these two down here.
This one, you see a young man. He looks like he's in his 20s. This one, you see a tall man. And I didn't read the description. Here it is. This one seems familiar, what you've been told about the father. This one is a young dwarf. This one is a actually a goblin. This one in front of you, if you are whenever if you're looking,
Mm-hmm.
is a young girl, brown hair, and there is a flower in her hair.
Oh no.
Is there a lot of blood right now?
Yes. I mean, the blood is dripping
Oh,
because it's from the heart.
um,
This one, uh, this one looks like, oh, this is a description of the baker's daughter. I can, Celeste pulls out in her bag a diamond. I can revive her. And whenever you can revive somebody else. But we have to do it fast.
But who are we to decide who lives and who dies?
We have to choose fast. A minute.
We
I
choose the
say
girl.
the baker's daughter and the father.
There's a
The
little
children.
girl over here too.
Immediately, Celeste starts to cast on the baker's daughter.
Does it look like something that Spare the Dying could possibly save them with, or no?
Um, is no,
No.
no.
Okay.
Do you not have Revivify?
I
He
have a
has the
scroll for it.
scroll.
Mm. As Celeste begins to cast, she takes a deep breath. I know you don't know me, but if you can hear my voice, your mother and father are waiting, and they need you. She takes the dagger out and just tosses it on the ground. She places the diamond on her chest, on the girl's chest. As you see, the light begins to form. You hear the breath. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Somebody calm her, somebody calm her.
Does Minerva need the diamond to use a scroll?
It's
Okay,
all in
so
the scroll.
okay, so she'd pull out the scroll and start to. Well, fuck, I don't know which one to use.
It's okay.
Lauren would go to the little girl. Hey,
Okay.
it's me.
For this, because you are going to revive the little girl or the young girl that's 15, 16. Celeste just revived the baker's daughter over here. So if you wanted Voren to go over, you can start talking. I need you. I need a strength. Oh no. I need just a wisdom from you.
From me?
Yes, roll a wisdom. I believe that is your. Yes. No, what is it? Same. Wisdom is your spell thing, right? I believe.
I
Okay, real fast.
While they're doing that, can Euphemia see any of the spirits of the people that were just sacrificed in this area?
Yes, give me a perception check. Because it's almost like you are trying to focus on finding spirits. Okay, that's good.
Because like she's
Minerva.
wanting to find one in particular.
Yeah.
I'm also going to use bardic inspiration on myself.
Minerva.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is so dense and so dark that you even start to see Laura flicker in here. And she is trying to say something, but she can't. So this is the Isabella. As you place your hand, or you place the scroll over the heart as you remove the dagger. If you want to say a few words, go ahead, Minerva.
I'm not good at prayers, so she'd basically just utter a quiet prayer, like, asking her goddess to please do what she can, that sort of thing.
As you do so, the scroll disappears. And then you just hear the breath coming from her. She wakes up. So does Kala. She looks to you, Warren, and she starts to cry.
It's okay, you're
Celeste will
safe now.
move. A young girl kind of wakes up in a panic in front of you, and where am I? What happened? I don't know. And she kind of looks down because she is kind of just covered in these wraps, and she just tries to sit up, and she looks in panic.
It's all right. It's all right. Just breathe. Calm down. We'll get you out of these wraps.
Minerva would just like place a hand on her shoulder, like gently, reassuringly.
Celeste will look around as nobody else has the time to do anything.
I don't
Any?
think there's anything else I can do. All I had was that scroll.
She looks and sees the man, the father, the knight. And she pulls something out of her bag. Next to you, whenever you glance, she's clutching something, but you do see a silver chain. And you almost swear that Celeste's crying. And she will cast Revivify again. She takes a deep breath. Your family needs you. And she takes out the dagger. You see it glow. And a deep breath. The man looks around. What? Where am I? Who are you? Celeste will take her hand away, and whatever was in her hand, you see the last traces of the silver chain just disappear with whatever she was holding. And she will walk away from all of you. Just kind of over here. Victor, what have you been doing this whole time?
Well, Victor is invisible, and with all this blood, he's having a real tough time. So he's fighting the urge to get too close. But he's also, while he's invisible, he's trying to look for signs of magic without getting too close. Because if this is some sort of ritual, there has to be some sort of recognition about it, right? Like, so he's trying to understand what he can from it.
Okay,
But
give me.
he's really struggling with all the blood, right?
Yeah. Where you are or where you're standing, yes, you know about rituals. You know there's different types. Some of them can be summoning, some of them can be sacrifice. People are used to or know what sacrifice is. It can also lead into a ritual. But you can't tell from this point of view. But
Okay,
of
so
course,
he would try to get closer then.
okay.
Struggling. What would I roll? Like, would I roll another wisdom to try to get closer? Because this is a lot of fresh blood.
It's
So
almost, I would say it's like a constitution.
okay, all right. So I'm gonna try to get closer while invisible. He's gonna try to pick up a little Constitution. Not too bad, not too bad.
No, you're fine for right now.
So he goes to about right there, and
Mm.
he tries to look. So would I do like an Arcana to?
Yes, go ahead and give me Arcana. Okay. The blood is still there, but it affects, um, as you are trying to recall, you've actually never, I can't say you've never really seen something like this. Familiar, probably, with different kind of rituals and all that. But to see any traces of magic, it's It's dark. Nothing. It's like a different kind of darkness. It's like
Okay.
almost like if your mother was here, you know how your mother is. You know that your mother has performed different rituals or the understandings. But this, she'd probably be like, this is new.
All right. With that, he would just whiz past. I guess you'd feel like a gust of wind in that direction as he runs back and just stays there invisible.
Mm-hmm. Euphemia, you want to try again?
What
Sure.
is-
Okay. I'm sorry. What are you talking about, Magpie?
Oh, I was just gonna say, while all of this is going on, can Magpie look around the place and see if this is like the same place that they all saw in the dream? Or if this is a different location they were.
Give me a perception check.
Gotcha.
Because I imagine that you were kind of pacing around.
Yeah, she was not in a good place. That is a performance, not perception.
Okay. As you kind of look around, you notice up here that there's some boxes. There's some also boxes down south from you. You do see bones, skeletal remains. It's up to you if you want to look into the boxes.
Yeah, I'll start with the ones up here.
Okay. As you take a peek in the boxes, you see different types of clothing, old clothing, like not belong to any of these. This is old. You find some coins. In that first box, you find 2 plat. The box next to it, you find some toys. You find a teddy bear with a letter attached to it.
What does the letter say?
As you open it, it seems to almost crumble because how old it is. It says, "To my little one, I can't wait to hand this to you. I know you're so young, you won't be able to read this. But this letter be with you forever. I can't wait to see you and hold you. Love, Mom." Next to you, you see somebody.
I see somebody?
Yeah, you see somebody.
I don't care. I probably know exactly who this is, but in character, Magpie's just gonna look at the person?
You
Where did you
see
come from?
a young girl
Mhm.
with dark black hair holding a teddy. She looks at the teddy bear. And she shakes her head. No, no, no. They'll never get protected. They'll never be protected. Why are they so cruel? Why is this so wrong? And then she looks around. Mommy, Daddy? We have to get out. We have to run. At this point, Euphemia, you hear the echo of Laura.
She quickly turns around wherever she's hearing it coming from.
Right up here.
She'll start making her way up there.
Magpie's going to kneel down in front of her, still holding the teddy bear. I'm so
We have to
sorry,
run.
sweetheart.
We have to get out, Mom. Mommy, Daddy, they're almost here. You don't hear them. The wolves are almost here. The wolves.
I think that's when Euphemia would crouch down and hug Laura. Laura, it's okay.
No, 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 no. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is so wrong.
Remember, you saved me. You kept me safe from wolves when I was little. It's okay.
They're in the cabin now. They're in the cabin. Mommy, Daddy. And the instinct, you see Laura's hair turn white. Fire begins to crack around her.
It was probably when she'd kind of back up a little bit. Laura?
I must protect them. I must protect them. She pulls out her teddy. Teddy, go after the wolves. Next to her, you see her teddy bear. Fire illuminates from it. And we're going to end it there.
God damn.
Emotional terrorism.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you're talking about. But thank you guys.
Thank you, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Welcome to this week's Roll with It. I hope you all enjoyed. We'll see what happens next week with Laura and her teddy.
We're all really quiet right now. Just processing.
Yeah. I glance and I see your timer like, what the fuck? Hey. Hey, there's 3 people alive-ish.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know. I know. Well, thank you guys for coming this week. We will see what happens next week, and tomorrow we will have our double recap. I can't wait if these guys have questions because I know they want answers.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week and tomorrow for recap. Have a
Have a good
good
one.
night.
Night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Bye.